guys, IKhanWhisper here, and we're going to be picking up where we left off with the official Pokemon Handbook. And we left off on number 18, Pidgeot. And let's just move into number 19, Rattata. Rattata are very common. They have sharp teeth and will bite anything. Let's see, is that clear in the video? Yes, it is. Okay. And they will bite anything in an attack. They are small and very quick. Surprisingly, Rattata live peacefully with Pidgey. That's an interesting little tidbit there. And let's see. Rattata. We can learn Hyper Fang, Super Fang. Okay, and then he evolves into Raticate down here. Raticate use their whiskers to guide themselves and maintain balance. Without them, Raticate are very slow. The Hyper Fang technique that Rattata and Raticate share scares the enemy so much that it's afraid to attack back. It's interesting. So I can both learn that. This starts with quick attack though, I guess. 21, Sparrow. Or Spearow. Don't let Spearow's size fool you. This little bird has a ferocious temper. Its leer technique lowers an enemy's defenses, but Spearow has to flap its short wings very hard to stay in the air. And he's bad against rock and electric. But I think that's, yeah, it's common for all birds. Okay, anything else? He's a little tiny bird. And here's Fearow. Unlike Spearow, Fearow has huge regal wings. It can stay in the air for a long time without ever having to rest. At higher experience levels, it can use its mirror move to copy an enemy's attack. That's pretty cool. And you can learn Drill Peck. Oh, I guess they both can. Are these ever different between them? Between their evolved form? Maybe not. But it can Fury attack, so it can attack multiple times. Here we have Ekans. Ekans is not a great Pokemon to keep around the house, especially if you have younger brothers and sisters. This cunning fighter is also one of Team Rocket's favorite Pokemon to use in battle. I was going to say that was one of theirs. And I think later in the show it does evolve into an Arbok. Is there anything interesting to note about this? Did you know that Ekans' name spelled backward is Snake? Arbok's name backward is Cobra. So I already knew about that, but maybe you guys didn't, and that's kind of cool that worked out like that they did that. Here's Arbok. Arbok is even worse. Rumor has it that the warning marks on Arbok's belly are different on different parts of its body. If successful, its glare technique will paralyze an enemy. Arbok's screech lowers an enemy's defenses. I don't think snakes are known for their screeches. Let's see, you can learn Acid too. That kind of makes sense for Venom. Glare, that's cool. Okay. And Pikachu gets a whole page dedicated to him, of course. Pikachu. This super cute lightning mouse is by far the most famous Pokemon of all. I don't know why I tried to read that multiple times. In fact, Team Rocket spends a lot of time trying to capture this rare Pokemon. Pikachu can zap an opponent with its electric power just by squeezing its cheeks. But be careful not to keep too many Pikachu in the same place. They have so much electricity, they can cause lightning storms and power outages in nearby cities. Pikachu can be moody and shy, so it may take a while to get used to a new trainer. Be patient and treat Pikachu well, and you will soon be better best buds. Remember, Pikachu do not like to be inside Pokeballs. It frightens them, so be gentle. If you get them angry, they will disobey you. Pikachu make good companions for Charmander and Squirtle. And let's see here with this Pokedex pick. Are sparks flying from your Pikachu's cheeks? That's an early sign of a cold in your electric rodent. It might be overcharged. Use up your Pikachu's extra energy in a playful battle, and it will be as good as new. Let's see, what is he? 1 foot 4 inches. You can learn Thunder Shock and Growl. You can learn Thunder. Oh, he has a ton of things here. Thunder Wave, Quick Attack, Swift, Agility, Thunder. And he's just a mouse. And he needs a Thunderstone to evolve. So I think that's the first special evolution thing that we've come across so far in this. But there's more. Here's Raichu. Raichu has so much electrical power in its little body that it has to use its tail as a ground to avoid shocking itself. Its 10,000-volt Thunder Wave technique paralyzes an enemy so it can't move. I think Lieutenant Surge uses one of these, which is one of the gym leaders. Sometimes Pikachu like their own personality so much they refuse to evolve into Raichu. It's interesting. And here we have Sandshrew. And Sandshrew burrow deep underground in hot, dry places. When Sandshrew uses Sand Attack, enemies have a hard time fighting back. Sandshrew make great pets if you live near a desert, but they are also tough to train because most of them are picky eaters. I know early on it can be annoying fighting them if they just keep spamming Sand Attack and then your accuracy is barely anything. So, Sandshrew is also a mouse. That's interesting. I don't think I would have classified it as a mouse. But okay. And it can learn Poison Sting somehow, although it doesn't have a stinger. That's weird. Here's Sandslash. Now he looks like he means business. And when threatened, Sandslash curls up into a ball just like a porcupine. The spines on its back protect it from predators. Then it can roll along the ground to attack, escape, or hunt for food. With its Fury Swipes technique, Sandslash can attack 2 to 5 times in a row. Be sure not to leave this Pokemon out where someone can step on it. Ouch. That's funny. So it's still a mouse, even though it says it's like a porcupine. That's a weird choice. Although most Pokemon can understand people, each species has its own language. The language is made up of the Pokemon's own name. In the cartoon, Meowth is the only Pokemon that can speak a human language. So it's interesting here that it says that each of their language is unique to them, but I think in some of the shows and stuff, or movies, they can communicate with each other even though they just say their own name, so it's interesting. And here we have Nidoran, which it puts its gender here because, well, are they the same name? I don't know, but the gender's important for these ones, whereas the other ones, it doesn't really matter that much. The female Nidoran has small poisonous barbs that make her very dangerous. Her horns may be smaller than a male Nidoran's spikes, but they are just as powerful. I wonder if they do the actual stats on the Pokemon differently for the gender. I never paid too much attention to that, but that would be interesting. And this type is Poison Pin. So it's not even like an animal or anything, it's just a poison pin. Lots of techniques here for kicking and biting and scratching and poisoning. And here we go. Volunteer at Mr. Fuji's abandoned Pokemon house in Lavender Town. Share your love with a Pokemon that doesn't have a trainer. Okay. And here's Nidorina, which is the evolved form of female Nidoran. A Nidorina. I'm saying that right? Nidorina. Yep, okay. I just always say these how I said them when I was little, or how I heard it in the show or something. A Nidorina does not evolve by gaining more experience. You need to use a Moonstone to turn her into a Nidoqueen. Because the female Nidorina's horns grow slowly, she likes to use her teeth and claws in battle instead. Okay. And then we have the final evolution here, Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen, on the other hand, favors her heavy but powerful tail. She likes to use her massive size for strong attacks like the body slam. The hard scales on Nidoqueen give her lots of protection. Yeah, I wouldn't go around commenting about her massive size. That's a sure way to get body slammed. And same thing. A type change to Drill. And this is still Poison Pin, so it's Poison Pin, and then Drill. And here's the male Nidoran. And I guess for some reason the males are pink and the girls are blue. That's a switch on the traditional gender colors there, but it doesn't really matter. They can do whatever they want. So, Nidoran males have ears that stiffen at any sign of danger. The barbs on their heads release a powerful poison. Do they actually look any different in this stage? Well, they have a different art picture in here, but I guess these have whiskers. And this has more barbs, I guess, and a bigger horn. So it's one or a few differences there. Nidorino. The horn on Nidorino's head contains a strong poison at higher levels. Its horn drill technique can defeat an enemy in seconds. Keep it away from small children and animals. Which is funny, because all the trainers are small children. In battle, Nidorino often uses focus energy to increase its power before attacking. Use that pause to attack before it attacks your Pokemon. And this also requires a Moonstone to evolve into its final evolution here, Nidoking. So Nidoking is a powerful warrior. He wraps his strong tail around his prey and crushes its bones. Wow, that's pretty aggressive for Pokemon. Nurse Joy has to treat a lot of crushed bones, I guess. And he's also a drill type. And here we have Clefairy. The friendly and peaceful Clefairy is admired by many for its magical powers. You will have to search long and hard to find one. Long and hard to find one though. It is very rare. Its special metronome technique allows it to attack in many different ways. Some believe that the Clefairy have formed their own society inside Mount Moon, where they pray to the Moonstone. According to legend, the stone fell from the moon hundreds of years ago. Elemental stones, like the fire, water, leaf, thunder, and moonstones, are needed to evolve some Pokemon. They are found in dungeons or at the Celadon City department store. The Moonstone is the rarest, but did you stones for the 17 species of Pokemon that need them to evolve. Special stones are in short supply, so use them wisely. Okay, and this is a fairy, just like obviously its name implies. It can sing, double slap, minimize, metronome. A lot of interesting specific things here. Clefable. Clefable is one of the rarest Pokemon in the world. You will need to use a Moonstone to turn a Clefairy into a Clefable. Once you do, your Clefable will not be able to learn any new techniques without special tools. You may want to make sure it knows a variety of techniques before you evolve it. Clefable is a very shy fairy that is hardly ever seen. It runs and hides the second it thinks people are around. You will need to be extra loving and gentle with this Pokemon to gain its trust. Weighs 88 pounds. Dang. It's 4 feet. Some of these Pokemon are a lot bigger than you'd think, which is interesting too. It's good against nothing. It learns no other techniques, and it pretty much just has what it evolved with. And it's bad against rock, so not really good against anything, and not really bad against. So that's interesting. Vulpix. A cute exterior hides inner strength. This rare Pokemon, no, not rare. This fire Pokemon is extremely rare. Oh, it is rare. As Vulpix grows older, its tail splits at the tip. Vulpix likes to confuse its enemy. Then it uses the powerful flames of its fire spin technique to block an opponent from moving. So it's obviously a fox. Knows Ember and Tail Whip, and then can learn Flamethrower and Fire Spin. That's cool. And it also needs a Fire Stone. And here we have NineTails, which is the evolved form of Vulpix. Just more tails. The only way to add a NineTails to your Pokemon team is to carefully raise a Vulpix, and then use a Fire Stone to evolve it. NineTails is a very smart Pokemon that likes plotting revenge against its enemies. Wow. If you grab one of its tails, NineTails may put a 1,000-year curse on you. Where did that come from? It's just like a normal fox, and that's like it spends its free time plotting against its enemies and putting 1,000-year curses on people. That was so random. Jigglypuff. Looks can be deceiving. Just because this Pokemon has big friendly eyes and makes a cuddly cute pet doesn't mean it can't fight. Jigglypuff's Sing attack can soothe even the toughest Pokemon into dreamland. Then it's time for a pounding as soon as they're snoozing. That doesn't sound right. Jigglypuff are very rare, so if magical and mysterious Pokemon are your thing, take time to search the long grass outside Mount Moon for this ball of fluff. And its type is Balloon. That's funny. And Jigglypuff is a character in the Super Smash Bros. Games. And kind of fights similar to Kirby with its ability to, I guess that's why it's a balloon, it can like keep puffing up and flying. And then it evolves into Wigglytuff. You don't want to mess with this big-eyed Pokemon. When it gets angry, Wigglytuff sucks in air and inflates its soft, rubbery body like a giant balloon. At super size, it can scare off even the meanest enemies. How do you explain that to Mom and Dad? What is that even talking about? Okay. And they both obviously know how to sing. As in the cartoon, a lot of times Jigglypuff will sing, and then when people fall asleep, it gets mad that they fell asleep during its performance and will pull out a marker and Zubat live in colonies or groups in dark places like caves and tunnels. They use ultrasonic waves, a built-in radar system, to move around in the dark and find enemies. Their leech life technique sucks the energy out of an opponent. Then their own energy increases, so they can use leech life, and it steals health and increases theirs by a little bit. Obviously it's a bat. And then you get Golbat. The fully evolved Golbat also feeds on its victim's energy. Using its sharp fangs, Golbat can drain 48 cubic inches of blood per bite. Its haze technique confuses an opponent, so it can't tell if the Golbat is an enemy or a friend. And that move is also annoying to fight against, because being confused is just annoying state in Pokemon, because you can attack yourself and do all sorts of damage. And here we got Oddish, this little onion. He's a weed though, not an onion. That's sad. Oddish is, well, odd. During the day, this weed-like Pokemon keeps its head buried in the ground. At night, it wanders around planting seeds and sprinkling pollen as it walks. It likes to poison or stun its enemy, and then it drains its energy. At higher levels, this combo grass poison Pokemon has many special abilities. Its petal dance hurts and confuses other Pokemon. Oddish uses Solar Beam to increase its own energy on its first turn, so it can have an extra powerful attack on its second turn. So it knows Solar Beam too, that's powerful. Petal Dance is interesting. Lots of poisons and stuns. So that could actually be pretty effective, but really only against water mainly. And lots of weaknesses. I like the art style of all these in here, and how bright and colorful everything is in this book. Like most grass Pokemon, Gloom can't move very well, but it doesn't have to move with attacks like Poison Powder and Stun Spore. The liquid that oozes out of its mouth isn't drool, it's a nectar that Gloom uses to get the enemy to come closer. When Gloom feels as if it's in danger, it starts to smell bad. Still a weed though. You need a leaf stone to evolve it past this state though. Into Vile Bloom. Once you've used a leaf stone to turn your Gloom into Vile Bloom, its big head will get heavy and hard to hold up. At least it leveled up. It turned from a weed into a flower. So that's nice, I guess. Paris. Paris is a combo bug grass Pokemon. It has insect-like claws and rare mushrooms on its back. Its relationship with the mushroom is an example of symbiosis. The mushroom-like pods take nutrients from their bug host. In return, the mushrooms shoot out clouds of stun spores to stun almost any opponent. When it isn't fighting, Paris burrows underground to suck tree roots. So that's cool there. Throwing some science in there for the kids. For anyone really, but that's kind of cool. And it is a mushroom. Not even a mushroom grab, just only a mushroom. It evolves into Parasect. By the time Paris has evolved into Parasect, the mushroom on its back has taken over its entire body. The giant mushroom is a good defense against enemies. Its spore technique puts attackers to sleep. Parasect's mushroom can also be used to make magical potions. One potion makes all the Pokemon in the world stronger. potion is that? Is it talking about those temporary ones you can do to raise your attack or defense or something for one battle? Who knows? But I like how it's like a crab or hermit crab now with the mushroom shell. That's cool. Venonat. The bug-like Venonat eats insects and lives in the shadows and branches of tall trees. At night, it likes to fly near bright lights. There's a lot of techniques here. Poison powder, leech life, stun spore, psi beam, sleep powder, and psychic. And it's an insect. And then it levels up into this poison moth here, Venomoth. Venomoth has tons of powerful poisonous techniques. The dust-like scales covering Venomoth's wings are color-coded to show the types of poisons it carries. Make sure you have a lot of antidote in your first aid kit. So that's cool. That's a cool looking moth. Okay. And Diglett. The hardest part of capturing a Diglett is getting it into your Pokeball before it faints or runs away. Fighting a Diglett is a good experience for a young Pokemon trainer. Diglett don't really change form. They join together in groups of 3 to become Dugtrio. And it's a mole. And here we have Dugtrio. Dugtrio are harder to find than Diglett and are much more dangerous. But Dugtrio still focus on defense. They like to trigger huge earthquakes by digging up to 60 miles underground. Wow. There's a cave with Diglets and Dugtrios in it by the cruise ship in the first Pokemon games. And I always like to capture a Dugtrio because they're really powerful. You can just keep spamming their dig move and they're impervious to damage while they're underground, and then they come up, and unless the Pokemon is flying and it can't hit them, it does a lot of damage to it. So I think we'll stop here, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's cool going through and seeing all these little facts about all the Pokemon and stuff. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. Please leave a like or a comment if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't. I would appreciate that. And I'll see you guys next time.